Ladies and gentlemen, listen, life will test you. People will hurt you, betray you, talk behind your back, and sometimes they'll even smile right in your face while doing it. That's just how it goes. You don't get to control how people treat you, but you do get to control how you respond. And let me tell you something. If you really want to throw people off, if you really want to confuse those who hurt you, you don't fight back the way they expect. You don't let their poison lie rent free in your heart. You rise above it with a strength they can't even understand. Staying calm and composed when someone hurts you is not easy, but it is the most powerful move you can make. The moment you react with anger or frustration, you give them control over your emotions. People who try to hurt you often feed off your reaction. They want to see you break, to see you lose your cool. But when you remain calm, when you refuse to give them that satisfaction, you confuse them and strip away their power over you. Calmness is not weakness, it is strength under control. It shows that you know who you are, that their words or actions cannot define your worth, and that you will not lower yourself to their level just to prove a point. When you stay composed, you're not just protecting your peace, you're sending a message that you value yourself too much to be dragged into someone else's chaos. Most of the time, people lash out at you not because of who you are, but because of the battles they're fighting within themselves. If you allow their negativity to trigger you, you let their pain spill into your world. But if you stand still, breathe, and choose not to respond the way they expect, you take control of the situation in a way that disarms them completely. They don't know how to handle a person who doesn't get shaken easily. And that's where your strength lies. Calmness also gives you the ability to think clearly. When emotions are running high, we tend to say or do things we later regret. By staying composed, you create a moment of silence between what they did and how you respond. That pause is where wisdom lies. That pause allows you to decide what is truly worth your energy and what is just noise. Sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all, and that silence speaks louder than anything you could ever say. It shows that you are in charge of your emotions, that you refuse to let anyone dictate your state of mind. There is a certain kind of confidence that comes with calmness. It's the kind of confidence that says, I know my value, and nothing you do can change that. When you stay composed, you shift the energy back in your favor. Instead of reacting to their negativity, you stand grounded in your own truth. This not only protects your peace, but also creates a sense of mystery about you. People start wondering why their words or actions didn't affect you, and that confusion alone is enough to make them rethink how they treat you. Calmness is like a shield. It protects your energy, your focus, and your happiness from being stolen by someone who doesn't deserve that power over you. Smiling and moving forward when someone hurts you is one of the most unexpected and powerful responses you can give. Most people expect you to break down, to retaliate, or to let their actions control your mood and behavior. When you choose to smile instead, you are sending a message that their attempt to bring you down has failed. Your smile is not just about pretending to be okay. It is about showing that their negativity has no hold over your spirit. It is about demonstrating resilience, inner strength, and a refusal to let anyone steal your peace. A simple smile can confuse the very person who tried to hurt you because they realize their words or actions did not have the power they thought they did. Moving forward is equally important because it shows that you value progress over pain. When you get stuck in the cycle of thinking about what someone did to you, you give them space in your mind and energy that could have been used to build your future. Walking forward with a calm and confident energy proves that you are not defined by what happened to you, but by how you rise above it. Every step forward is a silent message that you have bigger things to achieve and no time to dwell on the actions of people who tried to hold you back. When you choose to focus on growth instead of revenge, you naturally elevate yourself above the drama, and that's something most people don't expect. Your smile and your progress together create a powerful combination that not only protects your peace, but also inspires those around you. People watch how you handle pain. They notice when you refuse to let hurtful situations turn you bitter. By smiling through your challenges and continuing to move forward, you become an example of what true strength looks like. You're not faking happiness, you're choosing to prioritize your joy and refusing to let anyone dim your light. Even when things feel heavy, the decision to put on a smile and keep pushing forward gives you a sense of control over your life. The truth is, smiling and moving on doesn't mean you don't feel the pain. It means you have chosen not to let that pain take over your life. You're choosing to live in such a way that your energy speaks louder than the hurtful actions of others. People who see this will either be confused or inspired, but either way, you win because you're staying true to your purpose. Every time you move forward, despite what's happened, you reclaim your power. That's what makes this approach so effective. Because instead of giving your energy to the person who hurt you, you give it to building yourself, improving your life, and creating a future where their negativity has no place. Understanding that hurt people hurt others changes the way you see the world and the pain that comes your way. When someone lashes out, criticizes you unfairly, or tries to break your confidence, it often has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. People project their own pain, insecurities, and frustrations onto others because they don't know how to handle what they're feeling inside. When you realize this, you stop taking their actions so personally. Instead of feeling crushed by their negativity, you can step back and see that their behavior is simply a reflection of their inner struggles, not a reflection of your worth. This perspective doesn't make what they did right, but it frees you from internalizing their pain. If someone is carrying anger, jealousy, or bitterness within themselves, it is natural for them to spread that energy to the people around them. But that doesn't mean you have to absorb it. When you understand that their hurtful actions are more about their wounds than about you, you gain the power to respond with wisdom instead of reacting with anger. You start to recognize that their words don't define you, and you don't need to give them control over your emotions. It's easy to get caught in the trap of asking, why would they do this to me? Or what did I do to deserve this? But most of the time, the answer has nothing to do with you at all. They might be dealing with disappointments in their own lives, carrying pain from past experiences, or struggling with things they don't know how to express. When you understand that people can only give what they have inside them, you stop expecting kindness from someone who is filled with negativity. Instead, you focus on protecting your own energy and not letting their brokenness break you. Responding to hurt with compassion doesn't mean you allow people to mistreat you, but it means you see the situation for what it truly is. It means you recognize that they might be acting out of their own wounds. Sometimes the best response is to simply walk away and not let their pain poison your heart. When you hold on to anger or resentment towards them, you only keep their negative energy alive inside you. But when you understand that they are hurting and that their actions are just a reflection of that hurt, it becomes easier to let go and move forward without carrying unnecessary weight. The ability to see through someone's pain instead of taking it personally is a sign of strength and emotional maturity. It allows you to rise above their negativity instead of being pulled down by it. When you truly understand that hurt people hurt others, you stop letting their behavior dictate your happiness and start choosing peace no matter how they act. Forgiving for your own peace is one of the most powerful choices you can make when someone hurts you. Forgiveness is not about excusing what they did or pretending it never happened. It is about freeing yourself from the heavy burden of anger, resentment, and pain. When you hold on to bitterness, you are the one who suffers the most. You keep replaying the hurt in your mind, and that robs you of your joy and energy. Forgiveness is about saying, I will not let this pain control me any longer. It is not about giving them a free pass. It is about choosing your own healing over holding on to the wound. People often misunderstand forgiveness. They think it means letting someone back into your life or acting like nothing happened, but that's not what it is. Forgiveness can simply mean that you no longer allow what they did to live in your heart and take up your mental space. You don't forgive for their sake. You forgive for your own. You forgive because your peace of mind is more important than holding on to something that will only eat away at you. When you forgive, you are not weak. In fact, it takes incredible strength to look at the pain someone caused you and decide not to let it control the rest of your life. Forgiveness is also a form of self-love. You are saying to yourself, I deserve to live free from this pain. I deserve to move forward without this weight on my shoulders. Holding on to anger is like carrying a heavy load everywhere you go. It drains your energy and prevents you from truly living in the present. When you forgive, it's like dropping that heavy load and finally being able to walk forward with freedom and lightness. It's also important to remember that forgiveness doesn't always require reconciliation. You can forgive someone and still choose to keep your distance from them if they are toxic or harmful. Forgiveness is not about trusting them again. It is about setting yourself free from the emotional chains their actions have put on you. You don't owe anyone access to your life just because you have chosen to let go of the pain they caused. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It allows you to take your power back from those who tried to hurt you. When you refuse to forgive, you're allowing them to continue to have control over your emotions, even long after the moment has passed. But when you let go, you reclaim your peace. It doesn't happen overnight, and it's not always easy, but every step you take towards forgiveness is a step towards freedom. You deserve to live a life that is not defined by what someone else did to you, but by how you rise above it with grace. Focusing on your growth and success instead of revenge is the smartest way to deal with people who hurt you. When you shift your energy toward building yourself, you not only rise above their negativity, but also show them that they have no power over your life. Revenge may feel satisfying in the moment, but it keeps you tied to the pain and the person who caused it. Success, on the other hand, is silent, powerful, and impossible to argue with. Every time you choose to improve yourself rather than look back at what they did, you are winning in the most meaningful way possible. Your growth becomes the answer to all the doubts, insults, and attempts to bring you down. The best response to someone who tried to break you is to stand taller, go further, and build a life that makes their actions irrelevant. Every time you invest in yourself, every time you take a step closer to your dreams, you prove that their negativity failed. You prove that they cannot define your future or your worth. When you stay focused on your goals, you create a world where their opinions don't even matter anymore because your success speaks louder than any words they could ever say. Energy is powerful, and where you put your energy determines what grows in your life. If you waste it on thinking about how to get back at them, you are feeding the wrong thing. But if you pour that same energy into learning new skills, chasing your dreams, or bettering yourself, you transform the pain into fuel for something bigger. Growth requires discipline, focus, and determination, and when you commit to it, the noise around you begins to fade. You no longer care about who hurt you because you are too busy creating something better for yourself. Success is the kind of revenge that cannot be denied. People may try to hurt you or doubt you, but when they see you thriving despite everything, they can't ignore it. Your achievements become a reflection of your strength, resilience, and ability to overcome. It's not about proving them wrong directly, but about proving to yourself that you can turn pain into progress. When you succeed, it naturally silences every person who tried to bring you down because nothing confuses them more than watching you win after they thought you'd lose. Focusing on growth also keeps your heart and mind in the right place. It allows you to heal and become a better version of yourself without getting consumed by negativity. When you work on becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable, you build a life where their actions have no lasting impact. The path of success requires you to look forward, not backward. And every time you choose that path, you rise a little higher, leaving behind everything and everyone that tried to hold you down. Shining so bright that their negativity becomes irrelevant is about choosing to focus on your own light instead of the darkness others try to throw your way. When someone hurts you, they expect you to shrink, to dim yourself, or to lose your confidence. But the most powerful thing you can do is continue to rise and shine even stronger than before. Your light is your energy, your purpose, and your determination to keep moving forward no matter what. The more you focus on building your happiness and achieving your goals, the less space you leave for their negativity to affect you. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. The darkness doesn't stand a chance when the light grows brighter. Your shine comes from knowing your worth and refusing to let anyone take that from you. People who hurt you are often hoping to see you break because it gives them a sense of power. But when you keep smiling, working hard, and chasing your dreams, you take all of that power back. You show them that no matter what they do, they can't stop your progress or your happiness. When you focus on your own growth and let your success speak for itself, their words and actions start to fade into the background. It confuses them because they realize that nothing they did could dim your fire. To shine means to live fully and unapologetically. It means not letting someone's negativity change who you are or the way you see yourself. You don't let their opinions hold you back or make you doubt your path. Instead, you use every setback, every insult, and every hurtful moment as fuel to push yourself even further. The best way to make their negativity irrelevant is to create a life that is so full of purpose and joy that you simply don't have time to care about what they did or said. Your light grows every time you choose positivity over bitterness. It grows when you wake up each day with gratitude, determination, and the decision to keep building yourself. Negativity thrives on attention, but when you don't give it any, it loses all of its strength. When you are too busy shining, working on your goals, spreading kindness, and living with confidence, people who tried to bring you down can't touch you anymore. Their negativity becomes so small compared to the bright future you are creating for yourself. The truth is, light always wins. No matter how much darkness someone tries to bring into your life, it can never overpower the light you choose to carry. When you focus on being your best self, when you continue to shine regardless of the pain someone caused, you rise to a level where their negativity doesn't even exist in your world. Your glow, your success, and your peace become the only answers they'll ever get. When someone hurts you, the most powerful response is to protect your peace and rise above their negativity. Life will always bring people who try to break your spirit, but your reaction defines who truly wins. Staying calm, smiling, and moving forward confuses those who expect you to fall apart. Understanding that hurt people hurt others allows you to stop taking their actions personally and focus on what truly matters: your own growth and happiness. Forgiveness is not for them, it's for you, because holding on to anger only keeps you stuck in their shadow. Success and progress are the best revenge, and shining brighter than ever makes their negativity irrelevant. You don't need to fight every battle. Sometimes your silence and strength say everything. Keep building yourself, keep moving forward, and let your light speak for you, because nothing is stronger than a person who refuses to break